Hi friends, today we are going to talk about a very important topic, management specializations. And rather than taking you through this in a lecture mode sort of setting, I'll be talking about from my experience. So this event happened in 2018. I was invited to conduct a workshop on management specializations at Indian Institute of Social Welfare and Business Management, IISWBM in Kolkata. This happens to be India's first B school, a rich history, and you may have heard about the IIMs. Whether you're from India or from outside of India, you would have still heard about the IIMs, right? So IISWBM served as the mentor to IIM-Calcutta, which is one of the IIMs when it was first getting established. So it was a mentor institute to its protege. A rich history, IISWBM is one of the best B schools in India, and I happen to be an alumnus. I have a degree in HR in addition to other degrees, but that is relevant to us for this topic. And so I was requested to conduct a workshop on HR, which is part of the workshop on management specializations. And there were other speakers who were invited to speak on the other specializations. So this was a setting. I'll take you through this experience of mine, this journey, and it'll be interesting. Hope you sort of benefit out of this session. So in this school, as in most B schools, the specializations that are offered are these five: finance, human resource, marketing, production operations, and systems. So more or less, these are the sort of major specializations that offered in any B school, give or take a few here and there, but these are the main ones. So what was interesting and what sort of engaged the student most was there were four other speakers who talked about their respective specializations: finance, marketing, production operations, and systems. And each of them sort of highlighted why it makes sense for the students to take on this specialization. Why is that relevant? And when I started my talk, I was the last speaker. I requested the institute to make me as the last speaker. It surprised the students very much that I said, okay, the other speakers have talked about their respective specializations, but my part of the session will be different. I'll be speaking not only about human resource, but also be touching upon the other four. So this was very interesting. And I highlighted why each of it makes sense if the student finds interest in those areas. And obviously I highlighted about HR as well. So taking you briefly through that conversation, obviously everything I'll not repeat in this session. If required, I can actually give a more elaborate talk on this one and record it for your benefit. But more and more, instead of individual specializations, the world is converging. That was true in 2018. That is even more true now in 2024. So when you're listening, you're actually being benefited more than the students who attended the same session in 2018. Obviously, that was a long session, a huge number of students, and there was engagement. This is not possible in this sort of a session, but nevertheless, you will find it interesting. I'll try to make it that way. So when it comes to finance, what is the relationship of finance in terms of the world around us? So I say what mathematics is to physics, finance is to economics. So physics, if our aim is to study physics, mathematics becomes a language. So economics is the overarching theme which is of interest in the economy, in the social sort of structure, in the political framework. So finance drives that. A lot of the decision making is driven by finance. It's a bit different, but that continuum is what I told them to keep in mind, and they found it interesting. The paradigm of marketing was already shifting by that time. So marketing was not about selling anymore. In fact, selling was not even the most important part of marketing. I'll tell you about marketing. We'll talk about these things in more details in separate sessions. I think that will be more sort of interesting, so that we can have a longer conversation. So if you know the iceberg principle, right? I'll be talking about iceberg principle in a separate session, and you'll find those very, very interesting and engaging. So you know about the iceberg principle. The major part of the iceberg is submerged below the surface level of the water in the sea, in the ocean. Only about 1/9 is visible. So selling is the tip of the marketing iceberg. So there are a lot many things that we can cover about marketing. We'll not do that now, but suffices it to say that keep this in mind. So marketing is much more profound than selling. And with the digital world coming in, the scope of marketing, basically to influence people in their decisions, in their behaviors, is what marketing is all about. And production operations, of course, is, you need to have a product before you can do any other thing. Even before marketing, you need to have a product. So that domain, that purview is covered under the production operations. There's a purview of production operations. Systems, they call it systems in IISWBM, but it is known by different specializations in different institutes. Some may call it IT, or some may call it technology. So information technology, technology. Systems is fine as well. It's overarching. Imagine 2018, and can you imagine how much the world has moved since then, with the concepts such as quantum, such as AI, especially generative AI, such as cloud coming to the fore. The tech scenario, the system scenario, the IT scenario is changing by lots, and some of the technologies, such as quantum, are not even digital. It's so interesting. And HR, of course, since this was my topic, I had to do justice to it. I had to talk more on this compared to the others to make sense for them. Otherwise, they would be confused, isn't it? So I shared my perspective about HR to them, and that is, when we think about HR, we think from the process point of view. But there is a whole domain of research HR, which hardly very few people are aware of, and hence they don't think of pursuing that because they're not simply aware of that. I'm talking about the domain of psychometrics, for example. I'm talking about the domain of performance management, for example. So these are interesting topics by itself and need a dedicated focus. So in the end, what I advised the students was, the specialization that you choose has to be based on your interests, your proficiencies. Your proficiency you can develop, but interests, your orientations, your knack. And also, don't think of it a specialization versus the rest of the specializations. When you choose a specialization, think of it as a continuum and a confluence. So you are specializing a little bit more in that specific specialization, maybe HR, maybe human resource, but then you need to have that wide array of domain knowledge, maybe not to that same extent, but to at least some level, as far as finance, marketing, production operations, systems is concerned. That will give you that competitive advantage over and above your peers. And when I mention peers, it's not just about your cohort in your institute, from the entire population base, those who are graduating from B schools, from management programs that year. So this, and I did speak a lot more, of course. It was quite a, I mean, in terms of time, it was quite sizable. But then the students did find interesting, and I hope I was able to touch upon the concepts that I discussed over there, albeit in brief, but I tried to Focus on one specific core area of these specializations so that you are benefited in your decision making when trying to choose a specialization for yourself. And as I said, I'll be recording separate sessions on each of the specializations, and I'm super excited to meet you then at that time. Thank you.